Oh, I think I'm live. Finally. Got to do this. Waiting for the start. Iron out all the stuff at the beginning. Come on, come on, come on. Well, I think I am live. At least I am according to that. There we go. God, the streaming's a bit behind today. Okay, no matter. Right, well, good evening, everyone. It's evening here in the UK. It's what time is it? I don't even know. It's just checking. It's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock in the evening, and I thought I would do a live one. It's an opportunity to do a live show. I haven't done one in a while. I don't get the opportunity to do them much, and I thought, do you know what? I'll do one. So haven't prepped it. Haven't written anything out. I just thought, I'll use this opportunity to get some stuff done whilst I'm here, like a kind of a live paint along, really. And I'll have a look every so often at the screen. So what have I got on my bench? Well, if you've been following me on the benches, you'll know I've still got the same stuff on the bench. I've still got all my round Parfa miniatures, some other metal models from various manufacturers, and a couple of new ones actually that I'm going to have a look at. All in good time. Got some Age of Sigmar stuff as well, so that'll be good. Age of Sigmar. Um, yeah, we'll come on to those. I'm going to put the camera down in a bit. I'm probably going to take the opportunity tonight to work on my fighting pit, my 3D printed fighting pit that I'm going to be using for my role playing scenarios. Because it seems to me, when I watch people role play on YouTube and that, they always seem to have all the scenery all ready to go. Like, they just got it there, so they can do their scenes with like incredible scenery and terrain, and it just looks awesome. So I'm not that all these years, and I'm not that prepped for it. I'm still back in the theatre of the mind stuff days, so still catching up with that. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. So I'm also trying to sort out my bench whilst I go. So I'm putting some paints aside. I've pushed all my old brushes to one side. I've got new brushes somewhere. Aha! A pack of new brushes. Might be trying them out tonight. Yeah, why not? Might be doing that. And yeah, let's just turn the camera down a bit, shall we? Just a bit. Not too much. So that you're going to be able to see what I'm working on. First thing I want to work on is this female fighter that I got going on here. Can you see her? I think I'm going to be using her um, as my character, or at least one of them, my up and coming role playing game. I want to be using her. So that's not the color of her robes, by the way. That's the color of the primer I primed her in German dark yellow. So I'm going to be doing her robes in Reefbone. So that's what I'm going to start off with, I think. Some of her robes, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm just giving it a bit of a shake. I've got a spare metal ball bearing here, which I'm probably going to use. came out of, I can't even remember what colour it came out of. So I'm just going to use my old palette here, which is had some old chocolates in it over Christmas, I believe. They're the best sort, I think, for making into palettes. So at the end of the day, you can just, when you get fed up with them, you don't have to clean them out, you just chuck them away. It's ideal. So I'm just shaking this up. So if you want to stick around, I'm going to be doing some painting. I might, cut back to some talk later. I've got a coffee, so, it's all good. Right, I've opened the pot for the first time. Popping my ball bearing in. That's better. I can shake it up now. All good. It's quite a thick paint. It's a base colour. I was going to go with your Shabty Bone, but I thought, in the end, nah, let's not. Okay. Right. So I'm going to pop some of this out onto my palette. Right, glasses. I need glasses for this. I'll get. Right. No. What brush am I going to use? I will use this brush. Yeah. Right, so pop some into the palette there. I'm also going to put some drying retarder in with this because I find these this particular type of paint dries really quickly. I'm just also going to put a drop of Lamy medium in it as well, just to fit it down a bit. So we're just going to mix that up. They can be quite chalky, these colours, and yeah, I don't want to go there. Yeah, so I had a plan, didn't I, on my last I don't know if it was my last live stream I did. I thought, I'd like to do one every month. Ah, yeah, right. Lucky if I can do them every month. So I'm probably going to do them every season. So I'm calling this one Live After Winter because winter's gone. I see February went, so I wasn't able to get one done in February. So I was like, oh, damn it. Whatever. I'll just go with the seasons. So, right. So for this one, it's going to get some of this bone colour down on her robes. Yeah, so do excuse the angle. Yeah, so I thought I'd take this opportunity. I've got some time, see, and I don't feel too tired and I don't feel too poorly. So I've got to take these things into consideration. So I thought, I'll do a live show. Good. Here we are. Here we are, late at night, so it doesn't matter to me if people watch this live or they don't. It's just another opportunity for me to get a video up on YouTube. I'm not going to be having to edit it and render it. It's just going to go straight up because it's live. And sometimes that's the best way to get a video up on YouTube when you just don't have the time for all the editing and stuff like that. But I'll let you know here and now, I have filmed, I do on the benches, which are the paint-alongs. I've actually done an on the beach episode. Filmed it earlier today. And it was glorious. I didn't have sunshine coming through the window though. But it was nice to do a paint-along video during the daytime. You got natural light coming through the window. True, it wasn't sunlight like streaming in, but it was better than like it is now, for instance, when it's just artificial lighting. I'm not so keen on that, but despite how many lights I end up with, never bright enough for me. It's just, yeah, and you get used to the painting of a night time, but it's nowhere near as good as painting during the day or during a sunny day like that. So, yeah. So, welcome if you've just joined. Good evening, or afternoon, or morning, or wherever you are. I don't know, but it's a good whatever it is, time of day where you are. So, we're just starting this live show. Bit of a paint along. I'll stop every so often and might have to let something dry or have a think about where I want to go next with a model. I really like the look of this one though, this female fighter with the robes. I mean, she looks like something out of King Arthur's court or something. Almost as if she's gone off one of the Crusades or something, like King Richard off on the Crusades. They had like robes like these from the pictures I've seen in books. But yeah, it's all good here. Excuse me, got a bit of a cough at the moment, but try not to let it interfere with my dialogue. I'm so glad this is. I know. I mean, I put drying retarder in this because this type of color does dry quickly. I know people will probably be shouting at me. Use a wet palette. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I can't. I think I know. Yeah, I know roughly where it is in one of the drawers behind me, but I just haven't got the room. I'd rather use a bit of drying retarder at the moment because room is limited right now until I clear my bench off again. So do one of those bench clearing videos of mine. I think that was quite fun. I'm hoping next weekend to do a different sort of time lapse video, like one in the garden, if it's nice weather. I'm hoping to get some of the courtyard cleared up, ready for things I want to get done in the summertime. So that'll be good. It could be early days yet for that, but there's some stuff I want to get done. Some painting to do, some tidying up to do, and some moving around I want to do for the garden furniture. So we've also got a fire pit to install in the courtyard, so that's going to be quite exciting too. There we are. This is one of the reasons I'm not as fond of painting at night in poor lighting is sometimes you can mistake shadow for an area you haven't painted yet. You can get it wrong, can't you? Anyway, right, I think that's good. I might want to give her yellow hair as well. Right, so there. I have painted those robes. Let's take my glasses off a moment. I'm just going to let that dry a bit. Camera up. See, I don't do this sort of thing when I do like I'm on the bench or what have you. Right, so coffee time it is. Oh dear. Yes. Right, so think about what I'm going to do next. So probably her hair. Probably her hair. Then I need to do her gloves and then her shield. I'm not entirely sure whether to do a wooden shield or a metal shield. I think I'll probably go metal. Keep it simple. So hair, gloves, shield, scabbard, and belt. And some shades and highlights, and then the base. Oh, and skin. I've got to do I've only done a base colour on the skin, Bugman's Glow, the old Bugman's Glow things. So we'll do that, shall we? Right, but I've also got loads of other stuff that I want to get done. I've got this barbarian, this female barbarian, 3D printed. Got this off of eBay. Like I say, it's not. I've said in another video, it's not amazing detail. It's all right, not bad as far as they go. It'll certainly do for role playing. More than good enough. Like I said, been working on my Age of Sigmar dudes. That's one with red robes. There's another one, like beigey colour robes. And the other one, he's got like some blue robes. So working on him. Or him and him and him. Just watched an episode of Inspector Morse. I love that series. It's a rather strange episode though, where they go to Australia. Very bizarre. Yeah, it's very, very bizarre. If you see me rubbing my head or holding my head in my hands, by the way, it's been one of those days today. I've not felt 100%. I mean, I feel all right now, but sometimes I still feel weary. Just one of those things. Right. Oh yeah, I've got something else to show you. I got these two like gorilla type things off of eBay. And I've just started painting them. Painting them different colours, different, like a darker brown and a lighter brown. They're like gorillas with tails. It's weird. I want to use them as swamp monsters. There's all sorts of monsters you could use in a swamp, isn't there? But that's two I wanna include definitely. Maybe like swamp gorilla type thing. Right. Okay. Now the other decision I've got to make is because their bases, if you can see, are quite big. The footprint's quite big. Do I bother putting them on round bases or not? That's a good question. Square bases. Could end up putting them on square bases. That's another thought. I've got my base case right here. Have a look. I don't have as many square bases as I do round ones. That's a shame. I've got a square base there. Don't think it'd be big enough. £2 a piece might be big enough. I haven't got to think about it yet. I don't think a 25mm base would be big enough either. I'd have to have something bigger. I can do bigger on round, easy. I've got a big square base. So whether I go wooden or plastic? It's a good question. Stone effect base? No, I don't need that. No, it's going to be from the swamps, so no fancy base required. Anyway, like I say, I don't have to worry about that yet. Okay. So something else I could work on. Well, I might do the barbarian skin. I'll look at what flesh tone I got for that. Just looking in my drawer. Flesh colours. Suitable ones. Beast of God flesh. Don't know. What have we got here? Skin flesh. No. I've got all manner of flesh tones and I just can't find one. Ungor flesh, there's another one. Bestigor flesh, that one might do. So it depends what part of the country, world she comes from, doesn't it? I think we'll be alright, actually. Barbarian brawn. I think I'm going to go for Bestigor flesh. Yeah, I'm going to go for Bestigor flesh. So let's go back down again and start doing that, shall we? There we go. Do a few more of these ball bearings really to shake the pots around in. Okay, so I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. I'm turning around. I'm going to have a look at the comments, see if I've got any. Grab my coffee a minute. I've got a few watchers, so I might have some comments. Let's have a look here. Rock, paper, dice says, hi, I haven't painted anything in ages. Hey, well, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining in here. No, it's all about time, isn't it? And life and work and various other factors. I rarely have time myself to paint half as much as I would like. Are you painting now, though? That's a question for you. Are you painting now? Are you painting along? Says, should go brown or dark red for the hair colour on the model with the shield. And you're not painting now. That one there. Don't know. Red, hey? Red, that's interesting. Very interesting. I didn't think about red, but you're putting that into my head now. So we'll lay that to one side for a moment. Red, yeah. Yeah. Dark red. That's very intriguing. Very intriguing. Got me thinking there. Yeah, you got me thinking there. I like characters with red hair, to be honest. Anyway, yes, we'll come back to that. Let's get this Bestigor flesh on the go. Oh, some of these paints feel like they haven't been shaken in quite some time. In fact, I'm sure some of the paints I've got haven't been shaken since I've moved to Seaton. Not since I've been in Plymouth. Oh, this one looks not too bad though. And I think that with the right wash, this will go down well. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, I'm enjoying the weekend. I'm enjoying the weekend so far, but don't they go so quick? Man, they go so quick. They go really fast. Right. Ooh. Yeah, that's about the right consistency that I like. Nice and thin. Well, let's not mess around. Let's try one of these new brushes. So, what do I reckon? 0, nah. 2, no. 0, 0 might be good. Let's go for a 0, 0, shall we? Just trying to get the little plastic brush guard out. There we go. Right, pop that away. I've been under my desk. Yeah, there we go. So, can't remember what make these are. It feels nice. Feels nice in the hand. Feels nice grip there. I like that. Yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Okie dokie. Okay, let's try. Right, okay. All right. Going on nicely. That moves the paint around well. Soaks the paint up good as well. Bristles gives good coverage. Yeah, I like it a lot. I do. Yeah. Let's get some on the face now. A lot of tidying up to do later. Yeah. It's good just going over this dark yellow primer. Covering well. I've got a couple of barbarian figures. A couple of female ones now. It's good to have a choice. Yeah. What was it today? Saturday today. Couldn't be bothered to make tea earlier, so we ended up having a kebab. Went and got a kebab instead. Awfully lazy, I know. It's been a busy day. Sometimes when you have a busy day, you just don't feel like cooking. Well, I have to say, I'm impressed with this brush. Very nice indeed. I mean, it's not, like I say, it's not the most detailed miniature I've ever painted, but it's certainly not the worst. But the more I work around the model, the more impressed with it I am, I think. Yeah, it's looking alright. I like the way it covers, I really do. Hmm. It's got an awkward top on though for like an armour plating bit. Awkward shape. Oh, that's alright. I'll just have to go over it a bit. That's why I need to paint thin. As long as I'm aware that there's a difference there. It's quite subtle, the detail there, I've got to be honest. This is where 3D printing doesn't always have good effect. This is really the reason I like to paint in the daytime as well. But yeah, I am impressed with the brush. I don't know how long it'll last, but I am impressed with the brush thus far. Yeah, that's looking alright. Okay. Better drink my coffee too while it's still half warm. Goes cold so quickly, I find. I do have one of those thermal cups, but I tend to use that more for work. I use it so often at work, I tend to shy away from using it outside of work because it reminds me of work. Yes, I'm one of those. Stuff that's work related stays work related. There we are. This will look fine to me tonight. Tomorrow I'll come in the daytime. The sun will be shining. I'll be going, oh look, oh, I've missed all that. Anyway, it's looking alright for now. I wished I'd had the time when I moved to have the luxury of being more organised than I was, so that when I moved all my hobby stuff, I could have packed it in an order because I need to have stuff put away in boxes anyway. I could do with stuff being sorted out, like fantasy and sci-fi and terrain and models, figures rather. And Perhaps monsters, a box for monsters. Separate one, that'll be good. Coming on, coming on. So one of the characters I've got to find on my next campaign is actually a barbarian. I think he's a barbarian, or he might be a fighter. I used a barbarian figure though. I'd have to look it up. I've got I came across the character sheets the other day. But I think if you're using one character at level 1, a fighter is a good character class to be using, slightly more survivable. There we go. Right, going to let that dry. Right, wash off my brush. Let's wash it off with soap straight away. Yeah, I'll try and look after these brushes. Not the highest quality, but they're not the cheapest either. You know, I'm hoping to get a few uses out of these. Yeah, it's looking all right. That, you know, that's a 00 brush. That's looking all right. So let's pop his little guard on. There we are. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that as a first outing. Glasses off, having a rest on the miniatures. Come back to my drink. Right. Alright, so how long have I been going? 37, for nearly 38 minutes. Wow. That is some time. How the time goes when you're doing these. That's how quickly it goes. So I haven't got a lot done, but so far the night is young. Yeah. Get some more work done on my little swamp gorilla figures. I don't know what else to call them, really. Yeah, swamp gorillas. I've got all sorts ready for the swamp. I've got a hunting lodge that I've got to put together. You know, one of those MDF affairs. So I'll put that together, paint that up. I've got the fighting pit to do as well. Yeah, I must get some more work done on that. And the cages to build for it. I've been working on the stone floor of the fighting pit. I'll just finish this a sec. Just on the verge of going cold. Right, so I've got the cages to do sometime. Put those together. Oh, there's my fighting pit. I'll do all these posts. Some of them have got skulls on, ropes and chains and different things, a bit of bone, and horns, and goodness knows what. There, you know. So I think really do need to start working on that at some point in a minute. Yeah, brown. But what brown? thinking of going slightly darker for the bigger posts to these bigger posts to represent different type of tree, perhaps. So what? Size 2 brush. Yeah, that might go down all right. Size 2 brush from one of these new ones. They've got quite good points on. That's what I'm going to go for. Oh, I'm just looking at the comments there. Bit off topic. This is still from Rock Paper Dice. A bit off topic, but what's that alien box behind you on the black shelves? You mean that one? It's a board game. Yeah, it's a board game by Ravensburger. Pretty good. Do you know the one? It's excellent. It's a co-op game. You know, it's good. Yeah, it's a board game. I'm just looking through my browns a minute. Rhinox hide. I've got a lot of that. I don't know how much dryad bark I've got. Just looking for my browns here. Oh, I've got another dryad bark. Yeah, dryad bark. I think. Browns away. There we go. I did pick up another Glorious Day in a Call the other day. Yeah, it's a great game. I've got that and all the expansions to it as well. One of which I haven't opened yet. I've got to do an unboxing on it. I've got to do an unboxing of. We're in the pipe 5x5. But yeah, that's a good game. I think not my last birthday. I think the birthday before. Well, I had a cracking game with the family. We were playing that, and yeah, I had such good fun. Like me, my wife, my daughter. We had a really good time. Yeah, good game for sure. Now this could be one of those paints that's dried up on me since the move, but I'm not sure. Is there a ball bearing in it? And is it so dry that it's just all stuck? It's a little bit. I think it's just not a lot in there. Do I be tight? Do I just open a new one? Gonna be a little bit tight, yeah, because you know, times are hard. Times are hard. I'm just gonna see if I can give a bit more life to it. Just popping some thinners into it a minute. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Turn my little paint palette to one side. Yeah, because I can always open the other one if needs be. Yeah, so I'm going to make the big posts slightly darker brown. I have decreed this. Bear with me 1 second. I get that off the brush. Excellent. They're only glue pen brushes, but I still gotta clean them up. Aha. You haven't played it yet. You haven't played Another Glorious Day in the Corps. Oh my gosh. Right. I'm just trying to think of what's he called? There's a YouTube channel that does great playthroughs of it. I mean, I've got some playthroughs of it, but then probably not the best to teach you the game. Yeah, I've got paint all over my hand. I think the channel you want, if you want to learn it, and it'd be what on is like older videos, but I think it's called Meet Me at the Table. It's called like Barrett, the guy. He's really enthusiastic about it, yeah. But I mean, I've painted all mine, and so I don't like playing games with unpainted models. But yeah, Meet Me at the Table. Got a whole series on playing through different missions, and he explains the rules as he goes. Really good. I thoroughly recommend it. Right, now time to go back to the table. Here we go. Yeah, meet me at the table. There we go. Glasses back on. That ain't a bad angle, is it, really? Say, what is your next comment? I like Citadel paints, but they dry up. I like Army Painter paints, but they are too watery. Some of them are. If you don't mix them enough, I find they're too. See, I find they're actually too thick. A lot of them, and when you shake it, you can't. It doesn't mix well because it's too thick. The pigment's too thick. That's the problem I have. Yeah, you're right. Citadel paints do dry up. The new ones do. The old ones don't. I've still got old Citadel paints. Donkeys years ago. They're better than some of the new ones I got. It's the pots they're in. Lids they're not airtight. They don't close properly. I think it's done on purpose though, to make you buy more paint. You know, sadly. I mean, dropper bottles and pots, they've both got their, you know, their pluses and their minuses, I think. They've got good points and bad points, depending on the manufacturer, of course. I find P3 paints are quite, not watery, but they are thin. They're just right. You can pretty much, most of the colours you can paint straight from the pot. That's just my experience. Right. And this is why I wanted to get some paint on these wooden posts, because it's going to take a while. And there's a annoying little bits sticking out of it. There we go, got rid of it. Right, back to the painting. All these big, yeah, this is a 3D printed model that I've got here. And I, you know, as soon as I saw it, I've got it, because I was going to build one of these. Like, when I saw it, I thought, oh, I'll just get this, it's great. I knew I needed a, well, what I was thinking of was more of a gladiatorial arena. I used to have one that I actually made, and it was awesome. Sadly, it didn't make the move. Kind of got broken in transit, but such is life. Yeah, as far as 3D printing goes, yeah, I'd love to have one, but I just don't have the space. Cool looking model. Thank you very much. I see some really cool stuff online. I'm like, I must have this. I must have. I've seen so. I've got so many in the pipeline that aren't even primed yet. But this is one I've got to get done. I really want to get it done. I'm going to put some, when it's all done, I'll put some blood effects. I'll put a bit of moss, tiny patches of grass here and there. I'll make it look good. I'll make it look good. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be a quick one to paint this, because there's a lot of detail on this one. So 3D printers can do detail, you know, and this one certainly has. Got skulls on it as well. I suppose, you know, you can make up any sort of narrative for it, couldn't you? Like they're the victims of former matches in the arena. You know, depends what you want to use for in your story. Yeah. Okay. So one big post done. Yeah, this is not going to be a quick process, unfortunately. You'd think it might be looking at it, but it's not. It's one thing 3D printing lends itself well to, I think, is wood effect. Yeah. Get these done here, and then I'll assess the situation again. See a few painting challenges out and about at the moment, which you know, I'd love to take part in, but sadly my work doesn't really allow it at the moment. of time. I did manage to get the mini walnut one done, and I was thankful I was able to do that. Didn't think I was going to get that one done, but I did manage it in the end. And I was thankful for that because one thing they do is they do get models off your bed, you know, get the pile down. It's good. I really need to start clearing some of the stuff I got. I know I say I've got a retirement shelf, but there are some little ones I've really got to get done. Well, this I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a solo RPG campaign, or a series of them actually. Fighting Arena is going to play a big part of that. Having encountered them and used them in past games, I know how successful they are and can be. So they'll make a good scene and a good setup. There we are. There we go. That's two. God. Another two to go. Shall I just get another one done? I think so. Yeah, let's just plod on. Come on, let's plod on. We can do this. We can do this. There's so many skulls on the outside of this that you'd think it was a Citadel model. Yeah. I've got everything I need for scene 1 of my campaign, so that's good. I really need to set that up soon. So quiet. That's one thing I do like about late night painting, is the quiet. And the one thing I don't like about it is the light, or lack of. So, you know, can't win. That said, around here, it's quiet anyway. You know, my neighbour warned me the other day that her son was having a birthday party. That was last night. So I'm really sorry, you know, it's his 16th birthday, you know, and told him not to be too noisy. And he's having people over, and you'd think, wow, this is going to be a party, you know, that everyone's going to hear. Do you know what? I barely heard a thing. You know, if I was in Plymouth, God, that would be a real racket. Neighbours having parties were loud. Here, though, the walls are so thick, can't really hear anything. Great. You crack on, it's fine. Nearly done the third post. Nearly done it, nearly done it. Don't need to worry about going over the other wood, because I'm probably going to do the smaller ones in a lighter brown, as I say, to represent different type of tree, perhaps, or area where they grow, and just to generally give it a bit of variety. I'm going to press on with the last one. Let's make sure I didn't miss a spot on that one. There we are. I mean, it's all primed, this one. I primed it the other day, well, couple of weeks ago now, I think it might have been. The weather was a bit better then. Really got to get my airbrush up and running again. I've got to for some of the projects I've got coming up, so that's going to take me a weekend probably to, because once I start cleaning and maintaining an airbrush, I really go into it, so it's going to take me forever. And I will be like, well, I might as well do all my airbrushes. I'll do my badges for sure. My Patriot 105 and my Chrome, I'll probably do those. I might do my cheaper ones, I don't know, I'm not sure yet. Make sure my compressor works. Might need to service that. Yeah, it'll be a weekend for sure. Gradually a model comes together, doesn't it, when you paint it? Yeah. Well, I'll stop for a moment when I've done this. Still got to worry about rendering a video after this and editing it. I could edit it, but I tend not to. Not these live ones. What's the point? Right. Wash my brush out. There you go, let's get the old soap bar. Look after your brushes and they'll look after you. That's what they say, isn't it? Right. Okay. There we go. There we go. Right. Pop that to one side. Put the guard on my brush. Take my glasses off. Whoop. Back up for a while. Back up for a while. Right. Well, we're going over an hour. That's not bad. So let's have a look then. Right. Okay. I'm going to have to restart hobbying. Need to make time. Yeah, it's difficult though, isn't it? Ancient fighters to prove they can protect their king queen. Yeah. It's based on an idea. Well, the idea came from a campaign I was involved in many years ago. Where it was the game we were playing was Talislanta, and it went on a couple of years, I think. Anyway, the campaign did, but we ended up becoming quite wealthy as a group of characters. We ended up buying an inn and running it, and it had a fighting pit out the back. And we just used to put bets on and play games based on that in the end. Sometimes we'd spend just entire sessions in the fighting arena, pitting either our own characters or characters we're betting on, against other ones, and just trying to gamble. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was good. So I wanted to recreate that. Yeah, so yeah, so started getting the main wooden posts done now. There's a lot of big like horns and that in here as well. It's gonna look good when it's done. It's gonna look really good. And I'm enjoying painting it, to be truthful. Yeah, I've got to put together these cages I've got here, like slave cages or what have you. Come on. Try and get them out of the bag. Right, so that's going to go with that, I should think. And possibly like that. And that's probably going to go with that one. It looks like it looks like that goes up and down there, which would indicate be that way around or that. I've got to work this out really. I have. So I'm just looking at what way around to put the top bit. If you can see that bit there. Guess I'll work it out. This one. Yeah, that looks about right. Well, that's going to give me something to work on. That's fiddly. That is fiddly. Yeah. Well, they're going to be slave cages anyway, so I'll work that out later. Put them over there for now. Not going to worry about that. You end up going off on a tangent and worrying about too many things and not being able to do any of the things you want to do. Right. Okay. Now, what am I going to work on next? Oh, I don't know. That's the trouble. So much stuff. Oh, I've got to. I need to varnish my wizard or sorcerer doodad guy there, so he can be. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, let's do that. Matte acrylic varnish. Get that done. And that is another model done then. I'll do that whilst I'm in the upright position. as it were. I'll use this old brush here. As normal, I've got out too much varnish. No. Well, whatever. I'll put back what I don't use. And I want to go with the ball bearing or the crystal ball thing he's got in his hand with a gloss. Definitely want to do that. Ah, there we go. Once he dries, he's done. Alright, let's pop all this back. Never learn. There we go. Right, is that done? 71 minutes, my goodness, you know. 71 minutes. Yo! Frost and Fists, how is it going, sir? How is it going? My man and brother at arms is here. Hey, welcome, sir. Oh, yes. Oh, just doing this late night. And it is late night now, isn't it? It's oh, we're into the next day. Into the next day, right? 8 minutes into the new day. 8 minutes past midnight here. And I'm just kind of doing a live paint along. I'm working on different things. Chopping and changing. I've started working on this 3D printed fighting pit, which is I'm really enjoying actually painting. But I've decided I'm going to paint the big wooden posts a darker brown, and I want to paint the little ones to represent different type of trees that they come off of, and then the spiky bits are like horns and teeth and whatever else, and there's a boatload of skulls on here. There's so many. I was saying earlier, there's so many skulls on here. You would think this is a Games Workshop model. Loads of them, absolutely loads of them. So, but next, I think I'm going to go down, tabletop down again. Oop. I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. Can we go tabletop down here? So I think I want to put some shade on these like swamp gorilla things, whatever they are. So let's go. So yeah. Yes. Let's just have a quick look at the comments before I go table down. So Frost and Fist says, after midnight, you're officially a night owl. Ha! Yes. Yes, I was saying I don't often get the time these days to do it, so I've been blessed today with two things. One, time to do it, and two, the fact that I'm not feeling poorly. Great, always a great combination. Because I wasn't feeling too great earlier today, and I thought, do you know what? Always at the weekend, I think it's like the working week catches up with you. You know, you get to the weekend, you think, I want to do some hobby if I get a chance. I just don't feel I'm too tired, you know. But now, I thought I'll take advantage of it. I don't do live chats or live shows very often, I know. And a while back I was saying, I'd like to do one every month, but it's just not going to be feasible. So it's going to be more like every season, I think. That's why I'm calling this one Live After Winter, because, you know, we're kissing spring now, so we're trying to bring in that good spring vibe. Well, I am anyway here. I was able to do a video here this morning. First time I've been able to put paint to a model in daylight in, I can't remember how long, it's been so long. Normally all my hobby sessions are late at night if I get a chance, and then I know I'm going to be paying for it the next day. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's get down. Let's get down. Down, 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 down. Right. My swamp gorillas. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But what shade? Well, I got this this new Black Knight shade from AK Interactive. It's I don't know if you ever used them. I have used it once on this chappy here. I think it came out all right, and it's an odd one because it's not really black, it's not really brown, it's not really grey. It's kind of a bit of all sorts, really. But I think, as I want these to be swamp creatures, I think that will work quite well. I really do. So the only thing with these AK Interactive ones, they got a really weird smell to them. I don't know if you've ever used them. I mean, they are an acrylic based shade, but they got a strange smell. I can't describe it. Well, I'll try. Okay, so the lid goes off. Right. Smells like Go. Smells like a certain cough mixture I remember as a child. But yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to ingest it though. Cool. Right. Let me find an old wash brush. That's what I was all about. I had it here just now. There we go. Right, whilst I'm getting that ready, any more comments? Rock, paper, scissors says, that's what happens. You work all week, you want the hobby on the weekend, but it's like you need 2 days to recover and chill. Yeah. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Where I used to live, I used to have a big garden out back. And the grass would obviously grow up. And I used to dread watching the grass get to the height where you think it needs cutting, it really needs cutting, because I knew if I was to cut it, then I'd lose another whole day. Right. Okie dokie dokie. Oh. Who took my dice has joined the party as well. Hey Steve, how you going? I'm loving it. Like you guys, you got that marching from a crag thing going on, and do you know I would love to be a part of that, but I know practically I'm just not gonna have the time. I might just try and do something, because I've got a lot of Space Marines. I might try and do if I can get something done. I've got Space Marines. I've got Ultramarines that aren't finished, so I might be able to get something done along the lines of like just finishing touches and that. Not like a full thing, but yeah, I really dig in that. Watching you guys do that. But this wash is going on really well. Really, really, really well. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Yeah, it's suiting it well. Yeah, like I say, it's not a black, it's not a brown, it's not a grey. It's like a mixture of all three. And that is what I want. Yeah, it's really cool. I love just because I mean I don't often get to do like painting challenges, and I'm just not very good at the time keeping with it. The last one I did was the mini warm up one, and I barely made it, skin of my teeth. I know it's not about putting yourself under pressure, but if I commit myself to do something, I really want to go at it like 100%. You know, if I say I'm going to do something, then I'm going to do it. I don't like half-heartedly doing something, if that makes sense. Um, so although I don't take part in a lot of painting challenges, I absolutely love watching them. I really do. You know, and everybody runs the different ones, and I love seeing because everybody starts off with what they've got to start with, and I love seeing it all come together and the sense of achievement. It's just fantastic. I really do enjoy it. So I may not be taking part, but I will be watching. You could hear a pin drop. It's so quiet. So quiet. These strange little gorilla things are from I think these are Ralph miniatures actually. I don't think they're Foundry. Yeah, I think they're Ralph. Old school. They've got that old school vibe to them. Right. Let's get that away before the smell overpowers. Great wash though. And I discovered this from watching Peachy Tips, by the way. His new YouTube channel, Peachy. I watched him use it and I thought, oh, it's really good. So I thought I'll try it. Really impressed. Really impressed. Okay, so I'm just gonna come back up again whilst I plan my next move. Okay. Right. So the ones that have got the wash on, I'm probably not going to get to them again for a while. Oh, do you remember this plastic from the Dungeon Quest game? So I've got this plastic dude, Elven Fighter, I think it's based as. So I just started painting it, obviously. Well, I've got the metal version on the go here as well. I tracked it down. I found the metal version, plastic metal. There he is. Yeah, so I now have a complete set of state of that. I now have a complete set of miniatures for the Dragon Quest game, and that's great. Here we are. Popping that over there. Woohoo! So nice to have you guys on board. I'm sorry, that's the other thing about me doing a live thing is I've no idea when I'm going to be able to do it. So difficult to plan anything because I could have got called away at the last minute, even tonight, and then I'd be like, oh, I wouldn't be able to do it. So unfortunately, the nature of my job, it's not like I can say, right, I'm done now. That's it. I'm after hours. So if they need me, unfortunately, I've got to answer the call. Oh man, doesn't happen very often, but the chance is there. The chance is there. Right, I've got things balanced here. You would not believe the state of this bench. Well, you probably would. I mean, you've all been there, right? I start off with a bench, a nice big. I've got a lovely big clear workbench, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until eventually I've got the size of like an A4 piece of paper's worth of space in front of me to work with, and everything else is like brushes and paints and models and water pots and soap and varnish and goodness knows what else. It's like, oh man, I'm the same. Right. Okay, let's have a look at. Oh, this old cardigan on, by the way. This is my friend. I've had it many years. My wife hates it. She said, "Get them an old thing." I know it's my friend. It's comfort. Right, let's have a look at these comments then. Right. Frost and Fist says, "That sounds great, my brother. No need to start from scratch. If you've got a mini that we can inspire you to finish, that's still amazing." Oh, that's cool. Yes, I have, and it could be just things as simple as decals, but there's a lot of them to do. Yeah, if I could do that, that'd be fantastic. I think they were from the oh my goodness, a few box sets ago now. I can't even remember the name of it. If I think of it, it might come to me. So I've got to look away at the comments here. Ah, yes, he took my dice. Even just one model. Ah, that's cool. Well, in that case, I'm going to endeavour to do something for Marching for Macragge. You know, even one more battle, brother, helps the cause, doesn't it? You know, it really does. Rock Paper Dice says, "I do like the older Space Marines. Not that keen now that they've gone bigger." Yeah, I suppose, you know, it's I like both personally. I like the old school ones and I like the new ones. I mean, I've been tempted by the old Horus Heresy stuff with the old marks of power armor and the way it looks different to the modern stuff. I know what you mean. I think doesn't Nick from Idikbeer Necrons, he prefers the old school models, doesn't he? I think with his especially with his Necrons and his Tyranids and things like that. Yeah, they've got a charm about them for sure. They've definitely got a charm about them. Rock, paper, dice. Says Pete, "May I ask what's your job?" That's the one question I hate. Hate anybody asking me that. I got asked that in when I went to hospital this week, just gone. Can I ask what your job is? And they asked me when I applied for the town councillorship. If you don't know, guys, I applied to be town councillor. One of the on the a member of the town council here in Seaton. Because I really want to get involved in the community and you know, give back. Life has been so my life's turned around. Life has been so good to me. I want to give back, and I thought, well, you know, I've got a lot of history with this place where I live now, and my family's got a lot of history here. And I thought if I could get on the council, I could get involved in like some cool decision making, and I had to go and give a presentation. I might as well tell you the story. I had to go before the town council, give a presentation, endure a question and answer series, and sit in on one of the town council meetings. And then the hard bit that is, and there was 5 other applicants. There was supposed to be 6, but one dropped out. And you have to sit and watch the vote where they vote who they want to vote for, and you've got to sit there and watch it. It's quite hard, but I think I'm going off tangent again. I know it's the job thing, but I'll come back to that. So yeah, I didn't get in, obviously. I'm not going to let that deter me, though. I'm not going to let that deter me. Because I've got, they ask you questions like, what do you see as the biggest challenge for a town such as Seaton and blah, blah, blah. And, you give your answers. Personally, I think it's tourism, maintaining tourism here, because it's a seaside town. You need to maintain tourism for the local, economy, and the challenge is making sure that areas don't become run down, and you've got to keep it up, looking nice and different things, and also you've got to watch out for expansion. I know everywhere wants to expand and increase the housing and blah blah blah, but you've got to watch out for the pressure it puts on all the services, like the fire service, the police service, the postal service, the council service, cleaning up and everything. The health service, doctors and nurses, and dental services. You just got to watch out for all that stuff. I thought I went there and I gave a killer presentation. It was one of those one-off moments that it's like, yeah, you did the best that you could do at that point in time. It didn't get me in, no, it didn't. But there is nothing I would have done differently. Not a thing. If I had my time over again, I would do it exactly the same. Exactly the same. But there you go. Anyway, that's by the by. And of course, comes to my dreaded question. Okay, what is your job? What do you do? Unfortunately, I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. The reason I cannot tell you is because I've signed the Official Secrets Act and I'm bound by that, even if I leave my job, I am forever bound by it. Now, yeah, I can't say much more. It sounds like I'm trying to be pretentious or, whatever, but I can't. It's more than my job is worth. I cannot, and it's not just that. What can I tell you? All right, I work for the Ministry of Defence. That's about as far as I can go. That's it. Sorry. Right, let's try and move on to another question or another comment. What have we got here? Yeah. Frosted says, the on-call life it always makes our hard life for us to plan hard for us to plan stuff. Yes, doesn't it just? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm truly grateful. I mean, there was a time not long ago I had no job. Times were hard. I had I was struggling to get back into the work arena. I ended up going back to the postal service. I ended up having an MS relapse. I collapsed on the job, and I couldn't work anymore. So I was out of work at the worst possible time. As you know, my brother, you helped me. You helped me, and I will never, ever, ever forget that. Never, ever. But the difference in my lifestyle from then to now is phenomenal. Both my wife and I have managed to turn our lives around, really, with what we do for a living, and yeah, a whole quality of life has just skyrocketed. And I got to pinch myself every day. So it's like, wow. And, thank you, universe, for this wonderful, amazing lifestyle I've got here now. Yeah, okay. The job can be stressful, and when they call you, you gotta be there and ready to go and stuff. Meetings can go on quite a long time, and it's difficult. Yes, it's difficult to plan things like this. I could do so much stuff if I had a regular thing like schedule. Yes, it's difficult, but I am so grateful for it. I wouldn't trade it, because it's just brilliant. The fact that I've been able to get my life on track, and it's just amazing. It really is amazing. And I do all I can to help other people, especially here, where I live now. And yeah, yeah, you gotta share it around. Life, when life treats you well, I'm a firm believer in, if you can give back, you can give back. And that's what I'm trying, and that's what I'm endeavouring to do. So anyway, yeah, I went on for a tangent there, didn't it? Considering I'm supposed to be painting models here. All right, what have we got here? Ah, who took my day? Says, been there, done that. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, then, brother, don't you? So it's it's a toughie. Um, Frost and Fist says, I can totally relate to the ever shrinking workspace. So it's not just me then. I swear I've got this massive table here. And at the moment, can I even fit? Yes, I can just about fit this palette onto the space I've got. It's crazy. Crazy. And when I clean it away, I stand back and I look at it and go, oh, that looks good. I really want to paint stuff. You have the very next painting session or whatever, you get all your stuff out and your models there. Yeah, I'm having a good time, and I'm building this and painting that, and I got the brushes there and the paint pots there and the water pots there. Before you know it, you're right back to where you are again. It's just a vicious circle. That's funny though. It's funny. Oh yeah, Indomitus box set. That was it. Indomitus box set. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the one. Pretty sure. Was it Indomitus? I'm pretty sure it was. I think it was a white box ish. I think it was. Yeah. Was it? Was it? Was that 8th edition? I can't remember. I really can't remember now. 8th edition. I don't know. But yeah, Indomitus sounds right. Sounds about right. Does, yeah. Same thing. I love the older and newer Marines both. Yeah, I think they're both great. They've both got their things I love about them. They really have. Might do some work on these. Got some Age of Sigmar guys I could do some stuff on for a little bit here. And I'm not getting into Age of Sigmar, but I'm using these for these 3 dudes. I'm using them, or I'm gonna be using them. So I'm not using them yet. I'm going to be using them for D&D. They're going to be, because they're big, like compared with a 28 mil. So they're going to be like, I don't know, like half giants or something like that. And they're going to go in my fighting pit. They're going to be like, the gladiators type thing. That's the idea anyway. That's the narrative I'm giving to them. Excuse me. Right. Right, so what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? What could I be doing on these guys? They haven't got any washes on yet or anything, but I'm not entirely sure. Grey on their handles. That's what I'm going to be doing next. Administratum grey. That go on them. No, something a bit darker. Excuse me. Let's go for my greys a minute. Hang on. Slaanesh grey. This is really unprofessional. Sorry, my chair's just sunk down. Let's pump it back up again. This is really not professional, me looking through my paints. Eshin grey? No. Oh. Rust grey, I think. Or, yeah, no, rust grey. Right, it's decided. Don't think about it too much, Pete. Right, let's go camera down. I'll keep looking at the comments. Camera down again. Very unprofessional, I know. I haven't got the space for my other cameras. Oh, dear, oh dear. Rock, paper, dice. To be fair, Mantic's models look really good. I don't really know much about them. So I'm just giving this a bit of a shake here. I haven't had much kind of usage with them to comment either way. Mantics. I don't think I have anyway. I can't think of anything I've used them in. Right, so get a bit in my palette, my makeshift palette. There we go. That's great. Another pot on the desk. You see my space here. That's literally all I got. Considering what I started with, it's crazy. That's nice. Oh, that's good. I got that right in one go. Excellent. I better wash this brush off a minute. Hang on. Let's get the old soap. There we are. Aha. I think this brush is not long for this life as a brush, but you know, as it was intended. I've had it a long time though. Splays out quite a lot now. You can still get a point on it, don't get me wrong, but it's not one of my new ones, right? Put that back there. Okay. So, am I going to use one of my new brushes? No, let's use one of my old ones. Yeah, so let's do that. Right, so I'm going to be painting the handle of this, whatever he's got here, this weapon. I chose rust grey because it's got like a sort of blue tint to its undercarriage, isn't it? So that'll fit in nicely with the rest of his colour schemes. Well, all of them. It'll fit in nicely with all of them, I think. Yeah. This is good. This is good. Right. Oh, actually, that's looking really nice. Yeah, I filmed it on the beach today. I know I talked about it earlier, but it's been one of those days where I've had more time than usual. Didn't know what to do with myself. It was like, what? It's a bit like when I go to an empty car park. That doesn't happen very often these days, I know, but when I do, I never know what space I can park in because there's too much choice. It's like, well, what do I do? Do I make it this? Do I make a video? Do I? And I was able to, yeah, I did it on the beach because it was in the daytime. Although it wasn't sunny, spring is, rapidly approaching, and I just want to encourage the new season in. I'm so looking forward to summer here again. Can't believe this will be my second summer when it comes up already. What have I been here now? 16 months? Nearly a year and a half I've been here. That's craziness. That is absolute craziness. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that was a good choice for that. Just gonna pop him over there, get the next one out. Just wash off my brush a bit. Have a look at the comments. Lost the vests. I'm so glad life was really improved. Oh, brother, you would not believe. I can't emphasize how much life has changed. I mean, really, really. Yeah, it is incredible. I'm just so thankful. I really am. Um, my life, yeah, I mean, I don't know how to put it into words, really. It's like there was a time I thought I was spiraling into like depression because my situation. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if we were going to, be able to keep our house. It's just incredible to now. I've got nice, and I haven't my work. Let's just say the work I have, they've got enough work for the next 70 years minimum. So I'm not going to be out of a job for a long time. Um, and it's been great. Um, I've I've grown. I've grown. I've increased my skill sets. Had to adapt. Because years ago, I used to do physical jobs when I was a young man. It was a gradual transition into like a non-industrial role for me. But I've adapted to it, and the um, it's difficult because I'm not really supposed to talk about it, even in the basics of the most basic terms. Really, it's frowned upon, especially on social media. But I will say, oh, a great bunch of people. I think they're fantastic. Good team. Right, so that's that. And we have the next one. But yeah, so whenever I get the chance now to help someone in any way I can, I will. And this place I live in now, which is where I was born and grew up. Well, I spent the first 10 years of my life, right, and now I'm back here. I feel it's given me so much. The healthcare service is better here, for starters. And that's because it's not a city, right? So it doesn't have as many patients to look after. So if you have a problem, you get seen the same day. And that doesn't happen in the city. you, you're lucky if you can even get through to them, and then, you might get an appointment in a couple of weeks. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I went Since I've been here. I've seen, to do with my MS. I've seen the MS nurses. I've seen the MS specialist. I've had blood tests. I've had MRI scans. I was talking about, and all. They seem to really genuinely care. And it's the area that I live in. It's very flat, very flat. You think you're in Holland or something. I can walk anywhere here. It's easy. Whereas where I used to live, the hills were so steep I couldn't manage it anymore. And I feel that if I'd have stayed there, I'd have ended up being housebound or something because I just couldn't go anywhere, and that's no way to live. And I've got the sea air here as well, which is healthy. Everything just feels better. Right, that's those 3 handles done. Excellent. I've forgotten how much I like Slaanesh Grey. It's a nice colour. Right. Okay. Oh, let's have a look at the screen here. Rock, paper, dice. I'll just refer to you as RPD now because that's what it comes up as anyway. So RPD says, always wanted to get into D&D. Oh, you should, mate. It's really, really amazing game. Even now, I know people are a bit down on Wizards at the moment, but you know, I'm loving it because the 5th edition books, I've now got loads of them. But the beauty is you can go back, you can play any of the editions really. I'm trying to think what was my favourite. Was probably 1st edition, I would say. Yeah, I was there at the start. Right from school. And it was all theatre of the mind, and nobody had figures really. I mean, I remember getting my first box of figures, and it's like a Citadel miniatures, and there was about, I don't know if there's like 10 models in the box or whatever, and that was like loads. I felt like I had an army, but it was like a ranger, a fighter, a cleric, a druid, and a donkey, a bit like this one I had in the box set. It's just like one of this character, one of that character, for you to paint up and play with your D&D games. And of course, I couldn't paint to save my life. I had about 3 colours. I used to gloop it on like varnish, and it was really, really bad. But luckily, one of the people, one of the other kids I used to role play with regularly he was mustard at painting. If he's kept that up, he must be phenomenal by now. Yeah, he was an amazing painter as a schoolboy. Like 12 years old, he was doing phenomenal work. The stuff he could equal the stuff you'd see in White Dwarf on the magazine. He was doing that sort of quality back then, and everybody used to sort of give him money or sweets or whatever, comics, this, that, and the other, just to paint their models for them. And he would happily do it. That was yeah. He painted all my after the abysmal attempts I made to begin with, I just let him paint all my models from that point onwards. Yeah. But yeah, D&D. I should get into it. Guessing you don't play any other role playing games? Frost and Fist. 8th edition was Dark Imperium. 9th was Indomitus. 10th was Leviathan. Right. I think it was Dark Imperium then. Thinking about it now, because Leviathan's the one that's just come out in it, so I've got that. I've opened it, but I haven't even touched it yet. So it wasn't the one before that, which was Indomitus. It was the Dark Imperium box set that my Ultramarines were built and painted from. Yes, what they come from. Yeah, so it'd be Dark Imperium. That's it. Was it the one before that called Dark Vengeance? Do I recall? I'll be so first in 7th there was the Stormclaw, Space Wolves versus Orc. I had that, and in 8th there was Prophecy of the Wolf. I didn't get that though, but I did get Stormclaw. That's kind of where my Orc army originated from. That was the bulk. That was the start of my Orc army. Was that, and my Space Wolves, of course. Yeah. Driving me mad, trying to figure the name. Yeah, I know what you mean. So I got my Gaz. Gazgul, yeah, he's awesome. Oh, that's cool. I was just reading your chat there, guys. This is good. Yeah. What's he say? RPD says if you like video games, Pete, you should look into getting Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate. Yeah, I don't mind video games. Don't mind them. Don't mind them at all. I don't play them a lot though. I should play them. I'm boring when it comes to video games. I play boring games. What people would consider boring games, like older retro stuff. I love the old Crash Bandicoot games. I've got all those. I've got all those on my my PlayStation, and I like golf simulation games as well. That's just me. That's just the sort of thing I like, you know. Yeah, that's just the sort of thing I like. I think my sorcerer is nearly dry. He's doing all right. I can handle at the top of him now, so I'm gonna detach him from my lid here and pop him to one side with my gnome. There we go. Now I've got another holder and blue tack, which I'm short on. So I'll just pop that over there. Okay, that's that. Right. Okay. Let's do some work on him. Right, I want to build up his base. So, detach him from the holder, put him onto this one. And now I can work on. Hang on a minute. Is there enough blue tack on there to do that? I hope so. Yeah, I should do it. No, it won't. Not quite enough. Has anybody got any blue tack? They wouldn't mind donating. Well, I think my plastic elven fighter doesn't mind donating some blue tack. Because he doesn't need as much. Because his base is flat. How about my Dwarven Fighter. Do the same. Right, that's good. Okay. Right, yeah, I think this is enough blue tack here now. Ah, yes, that's better. Right, I'm thinking astrogranite debris. Am I going to apply it with brush or tool, texture tool thing? Brush, probably. So I need an older brush, right? Looking for an older brush. Yeah. How long have I been going? Hour and 20. Not bad. Not bad. That's a long time for me. Right, so here we go. Yeah. I need to keep my lid open, so I'll just use the handle of another old brush. There we go. So I'm just going to build up the texture on this base to get it the same. Kind of get it the same height, really. I mean, I could have done it with the brown earth stuff I've got, which will end up looking like that, but I don't want that. I want the astrogranite. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so what else? Have I got any news for you? I'm just glad this week's over, and because this was the week I had my hospital appointment. Got those MRI scans out of the way. Sat for another year. I hate MRI scans. I really do. They don't hurt. I know they don't hurt, but I get claustrophobia now. I've developed claustrophobia. Apparently, progressive claustrophobia is commonplace when you have to have regular MRI scans. I just hate it. Yeah, not a fan of them. That said, this one wasn't as bad. It's probably the best one I've ever had. It was a newer scanning machine and did it in half the time. So, you know, I was only uncomfortable for half as amount of time as I was with the older ones. But yeah, I'm not a fan of them. Well, that's that for now. So that'll dry by tomorrow. Get that down there. Astrogranite debris. Love the stuff. It's my go-to for Space Marines. I just love it. Call me lazy, but I don't know. I just love it on Space Marines. Astrogranite debris. This really is. Look at the state of this brush. Look at it. Perfect for astrogranite debris. Right, getting a bigger space here together now, so that's good. Oh. Yeah. So D&D game that's won a ton of awards. Yeah, I'll have a look at it. And yes, I do need to get some more blue tack for sure. For sure, my hands are tingling. It's yeah, it's an MS thing. Ooh. Well, let's go camera up while I have a think about things. Oops, get my glasses on my head. Oh, I haven't got anything I can drink. Oh, I don't know if anybody was watching my on the benches lately. I've been doing Zombicide. I managed to get Hayden finished. That guy there, he's got his starting skill is 2 cocktails are better than 1, which basically means if you've got a Molotov cocktail, you throw it, and you immediately roll a dice on a 4+, you get it back in your equipment. So cool. That's why I got Hayden. I thought, that's awesome. Gonna be using that for sure. I got him done. Glad to get him done because my brother-in-law is coming up in a couple of weeks, and I have booked off a day after the weekend, so hopefully the weekend will be free, but the following Monday will definitely be free, and I want to introduce him to Zombicide. And yeah, I think he'll love it. He likes zombies. He's shown an interest in, a couple of different board games I've played when he's been here. And yeah, I think he'll like it. So he can come out and then we can all play, because my daughter will probably be up as well. So that means that'll be me, my wife, my daughter, and my brother-in-law. So there'll be 4 of us playing Zombicide. So I think that'll be really fun. That'll be a fun game. Especially if you play one of the bigger missions, right? I got a big kitchen table down there, and I ended up putting one of my gaming boards. I've got 2 gaming boards with green felt on. I'll just put one of those on top of that and make it even bigger, and I can lay out all the tiles and have a good time. Have a really good time. Right. Do you know, I never expected to be doing this live show today. If you'd have said to me earlier today, Pete, you're going to be doing a live show today, I'd be like, no, I won't. It'd be ridiculous. But cool, getting it done. My back is aching. But I've got a new project that I'm going to be introducing soon, I hope. Well, in the future anyway. And that is going to be toy restorations. And when I say toy restorations, I mean like model cars, model plane, that kind of thing. And it's all stemmed from finding a couple of toys I had as a kid. I showed you Thunderbird 2 way back. I want to be restoring that, right? I'm talking Matchbox toys, Dinky toys, Corgi toys, that kind of thing. But they're metal, right? So they're going to be... And the strange thing is, a lot of these old toys, when you see the paint that's flaked off because they're 30, 40 years old or whatever, can't see any evidence of a primer underneath being used. Is that because they never had them back then, or the paints were just different, that type of paint? Weird. But anyway, I'm going to be researching that, and I'm going to be doing that as well. Got all these big plans, and hopefully I can start doing them. Hopefully I can start doing them. I'm just going to stretch my legs a minute. My legs hurt after a while. Well, there's the old retirement shelf there. Shelf of future joy, I call it. So sometimes I just come in and I stand and I look at it, and I'm surrounded. I managed to get all my stuff from Plymouth, from the studio I had there, into this room, and I come into my room and I look and I'm surrounded by all this stuff. And to think, There was a time when I thought I was going to have to sell it all off. Crazy. Yeah, crazy. But hey, love, my hobby. It's my main therapy, really. I've got, you know, I'm big on nostalgia, right? I don't know whether that's a symptom of MS or old age or both. I get caught up with nostalgia. You know, anything from my childhood, I'm kind of feel a link to, especially my childhood when I lived here before. It's crazy stuff. I've even found old maths textbooks that I used to go through as a kid. Pristine online, never used. So I got them. You know, I just got them. You know, this is crazy. I remember when I was a child, one of the toys I wanted more than anything was a road sweeper. That's one of those lorries that goes along the road and sweeps up all the rubbish and cleans the road and I found one. It needs a lot of TLC, but that's where this whole restoration thing comes into it. You see, um, so I'll show you. It's the exact same model as the one I had as a child. It's got bits missing off it, but there's this brush which goes around. It's got a brush underneath which goes around. There used to be like a vacuum cleaner Hoover type thing here, and had a tube that came off here and went into there. And I'm gonna do that, but you see the paint's all chipped, and I want to take it to bits, and I'm gonna spray it, redo it. I'm gonna locate new bits, but dinky toys. See, they're expensive. Exact same one as I had, same color, everything. But this is why I need to break out my airbrush. You see, because these are the types of things I'm going to airbrush. I'm not going to hand paint them. They're going to be airbrushed for sure. But I'm impressed with this. The wheels, the tyres on it are pristine. You know, a lot of these old trucks and that, the tyres break off. Yeah. So I came across that very, very caught up in nostalgia. That's just one example. So that's a future project. I'm gonna have a junkyard of old toy cars and trucks and that. And I'm gonna talk about the restoration of them. I suppose primarily it'll be more about airbrushing techniques, but they'll be the subjects for it, you know. Um, yeah, so I've got to do a complete clean and maintenance of my airbrushes. That's probably going to take me an entire weekend. Yes, sir. It certainly is. RPD. That's cool that your brother-in-law likes gaming. Well, I don't think. Well, he likes video games. He's only just started to realise that board games are fun as well. Was it the first time he came up? We played Jaws. Jaws, the board game. Yeah, it's just under Alien, like Jaws, the board game. There, and he really loved it. You know, it's like you can go. It's kind of a co-op game between the majority of players, but one of you plays the shark, right? And I don't mind doing that because that's cool. That's just cool. But they were all working together, like my brother-in-law, daughter, and wife, trying to outwit me, and then trying to survive on the second part of the game where they're on the orca and I'm trying to attack the boat. Uh, and they're trying to kill me, obviously being the shark. But yeah. So yeah, but he really loved that. He was talking about it, on the way home. 'Cause my daughter drove him up and drove him back to Plymouth. Apparently, he was talking about the game on the way back. So yeah, if he saw a game like Zombicide, I think it'll blow his mind. With all the miniatures and that. So I've got them all painted. I've got the expansions. I haven't even opened them. I'm basically playing through the the core box set, but with a couple of extra different characters. And of course, I've got my old Zombicide Season 1 miniatures still, so I'm never going to run out of the zombies, ever. I started off just playing with the ones from the Season 2, or the second edition, whatever it is, core box set. Ran out of zombies, yeah, but not now. So I don't want to run out of zombies, because if you do, it means they get an extra action, and that is game over. No, no, no. But I've also got the upgrade kit, so I can use all my models, all my old Season 1 models, like the dog companions, and what else have I got here? These are the ones. Murderer Crows. I can use all this in the second edition, or the second season of Zombicide. Trouble is, I think these are more deadly than Abominations. That's just my own personal belief, but I think the Crows are more deadly because nothing stops them. They just fly over everything straight to you, and yeah, it can be pretty bad. You don't want many of those in your deck. I would tailor them just to have a few if I was you. Yeah, right. Right, what have we got here? No, can't see because this is hang on, let me just minimize my screen a bit here. Come on, come on, come on. Bear with me. Oh, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to see what you think. Your part of your message is obscured behind that heart in the bottom right hand corner. I'm trying to. I'll do a laughing emoji. What does that do? Not much. Bear with me. Bear with me. Ah, there we go. Right, okay. So I just want to pop something in the chat a minute. There we go. That's just to move your comment up so I could see what it was you've said. Mansions of Madness is probably the best board game. On there we must disagree, my friend. I'm not a fan. I basically, and this is subjective, I am basically not a fan of any Fantasy Flight game. I don't like Fantasy Flight as a company. Don't like their games. I think their rules are too convoluted. They could do with being streamlined. For someone like myself, they need to be more streamlined. And I just don't like Fantasy Flight games. They're all the same in terms of complexity. Matches of Madness was a cool concept. I think I like the first edition of that game more, when it didn't rely on the app. And it was more like one player versus the other players. But Yeah, I just find the rules too complicated. And that's the same with every Fantasy Flight game I've ever opened. Fallout's another one. I was just like, what the hell's going on? I can't get my head around it. I don't, so I avoid them now. But the miniatures, I painted all the miniatures up, and I used I've got all the tiles there, and the components of Mansions of Madness are brilliant for Call of Cthulhu, and that is a cracking RPG game. Call of Cthulhu is amazing. I love it. And um, I'm discovering that Pulp Cthulhu now is probably going to be my favourite because I'm just getting into Pulp Cthulhu. Yeah, Call of Cthulhu. It's up there with D&D. It's up there with classic D&D as an all-time great RPG for me. They're probably my top two RPG games, I would say. Um, yeah, Call of Cthulhu. Oh, some good games of that in the past. I haven't played it for years, but it's something I'm thinking of getting back into because down at my local gaming shop, they've asked me to do GM games there. They run games after hours, and I was like, I would, but I can't guarantee with work that I can be here at that time ready to run the game. So what the game they wanted me to run initially was Alien. And that's a good game as well. But that's sci-fi, see. But oh, so good. If I ever get to the stage where I don't have to not be available, I can sit down and role play in a group again. But at the moment, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Even with things like Roll20 and all the other good stuff out there, I cannot commit to it. So solo's the way for me now. Just the way it is. Um, yeah, and I found that solo gaming has come on, hasn't it? Come on in leaps and bounds. It's come on so far, and I think COVID had a lot to do with that when everybody was locked in, and we couldn't go to games, and companies really, they upped their game when it came to all the different tools you can get for role playing just alone. I mean, it blows my mind all the different tools you can have for solo gaming now. It's incredible. And if you're lazy, you can pretty much GM yourself with ChatGPT. It's a piece of cake. Um, it's just crazy. And there are channels. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but there are channels on YouTube. If you want to see that being done in action, I'll show you how to do it. It's really really good. It's doable. It's all doable. Right. I suppose I should paint something, shouldn't I? Suppose I should. More dryad bark here. Right, what's going on here? Oh, Mini Wombat is in the house. Yo, my man. Hey, it's gotta be. Hey, Pete, man, it's gotta be 2 a.m. over there. Yeah, what is the time actually? It is. No, it's 20 past 1. You're right. We're good. We're good. We're good. I'm good. Look at me. I'm not falling asleep. Oh, bust up more side. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was just saying that I don't know. Sorry if you've already seen, but I just finished I was showing it. I just finished Hayden. Um, that's not very good at the lighting here. Oh, knocked something over. Sorry. I don't know if you can see him, but yeah, I just finished Hayden. Well, not just finished. Last week I think I finished him. So he's all ready to go for my next game of Zombicide. I'll be using him for sure because of the 2 cocktails are better than 1 a starting skill. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Oh wow. Foster Phillips, Love Zombicide. Pete, I just printed out 12 Doors on my 2nd edition box set. Wow. Cool. Cool. Yeah, because you've got that 3D printer going now, haven't you? I was watching that in your last video there. Yeah, and your cat was watching it. That was cool. Yeah. I 3D printing. I just don't know if I could fit it in anywhere, time wise or space wise. Did toy with the idea of possibility of having one up in the loft because that's all boarded out now. Yeah, get one set up there running. The trouble is, then I'd forget about it and I wouldn't know what I was printing or yeah. At the moment, I'm just you know, I get them. I get other people to print them like this fighting pit. You know, I suppose. I mean, I think this was a custom job, but I suppose if I was doing it myself, I could do all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. Maybe it's a good thing. I wouldn't have the time. I'd just be. I wouldn't have time for anything else. You know. I remember I've seen many people start 3D printing and they get lost in it. You know. Yeah. Right. What have we got here? RPD says I've got Gordon Ramsay, Nick Frost, and Simon Pegg for Zombicide. Awesome. I think you get the Ghostbusters as well. I was watching. I saw that on someone's channel. You get the Ghostbusters. That's cool, man. Cool. It's just such fun, and it's just so much fun. Brilliant. Yeah, that's right. Many more. It says Simon Pegg with the cricket stick. Whack. Love the movie Shaun of the Dead. Classic. You've got red on you. Yes. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Absolutely. Phenomenal. So, what am I gonna paint? What am I gonna paint? Do I trust myself with the fighting pit? Hmm. Yeah, I think so. Excuse me while I look for some browns. Look at this, it's crazy. I find this brown. Mornfang brown. Yeah, that might work. Mornfang brown. Cool. That's very cool. I've got 2 of them. I'm going to use Mornfang brown. Put the browns away. Now, I found 2 that have been opened. I was wondering, was it like dried out? Is that why? I've got 2. Is this a story of when I moved from Plymouth? Because when I moved from Plymouth, all my paints came with me, and there are still pots of paint that I haven't opened since moving. This isn't one of them. Okay. Right. Morvan brown it is going to be. Morvan brown for the other coloured wood on the fighting pit. God, this is going to take me a long time, but I'm not going to do it all now. I'm just going to do some of it now, I think. Some of it now. And I'll go table down for that one, camera down. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. Right, let's go down to the table. My camera's on the verge of falling. There we go. Fighting pit. Just looking at the size of. I'm just going to concentrate on one section here, because there's a couple of like bony bits in there as well. There's not actually that much wood in each section, although I've still got some bits of dry bark to do there on these. So before I get onto that, I've got to do that. I've got to take care of that. So excuse me whilst I do this. Now, what freaking brush did I use for that? Do you remember? Was it the 200? No, wasn't there? Yeah, it was the 2. Let's go. Let's go. It was the 2. I'm pretty convinced it was the 2. And this has had so much thinners put in it now. I'm just going to take it from the pot. So no need to water it down. I might water it down a little bit more. Put some more thinners in it. Excuse me. I want to get myself one of those electronic paint shaker things because I'm just lazy. So lazy. So lazy. I'm really looking at this thinking I missed a spot here from last time. That's no good. That's no good at all. Right. Now, where were we? There we are. Yeah, that's it. These wooden bits at the bottom of these horns. That's what I'm concentrating on here. You know, I wish every day I felt as good as I do right now. Yeah, I could get so much more accomplished. I could. So, next week we are changing our car. I've mentioned this on another video, but I'll mention it again. So I'm kind of excited about that. So we're trading in the car we got and getting another one that's more suited to country life. It's higher up. It's more of an SUV type. rather than the sort of sportier bath. We're gonna, which is more suited for the city. Yeah, we're going to go for some, which is easier for me to get in and out as well because it's higher up. See, so I'm looking forward to that. Much as I love the car we got now, it's just not practical for me anymore. It's more my wife's car anyway, really. But it's so difficult for me to get in and out. Well, it is difficult to get in and out. It's just low down, you know. And I think you know, the older I get, I've got to think of the future, right? Yeah, these brushes are pretty good. These new brushes I got, pretty good. So, anybody else out there painting? And if so, what? What are you painting? So it's Mother's Day tomorrow, in case anybody's forgotten. Just thought I'd put it out there. Mother's Day, Mothering Sunday. Oh, I don't think I found my mum today. I normally phone her every day. I was so poorly today, and I just didn't get around to it. I woke up with this headache, and I slept well. It's one of those, like, I slept fine, but I was still knackered when I wake up. I get that sometimes. Just felt really run down and weary, I suppose, is the best way I can describe it. Just weary, man. It's like, I don't know, your whole week is caught up with you in one day. But yeah, I'm fine now. Doing well. Doing well. I think I just dropped something. I think it's the brush bristle guard. So I'll get it in a minute, that's fine. Yeah, I really do want these smaller wooden posts to be as lighter brown. This fence around this fighting pit. It's made up of posts and bone, horns, rope. Just discovered what the extra thing is. Was the gate. Sorry, I know you don't have a clue what I'm talking about. I'll show you in a bit. Yeah. There's a slot in here. Gate for the fighting pit. Well, that makes sense. My wife went to a concert with some group of ladies last night. It was a Bon Jovi tribute band here in our local town hall. I didn't go because she was not really my scene. That band. I went to the AC/DC one. That was cool. Never really been into Bon Jovi, but I know she likes Bon Jovi, and you know, she went with a couple of other people. I'd have gone with her if no one else was going, but she's right. But anyway, she enjoyed that. We have quite a few good things on here in our local town hall. It's really good. It's a strange place. It's a theatre, it's a music venue, it's a cinema. It's like doubles up as everything, really. Doubles up. It it quantifies everything, all those things, and of course private venues as well, um, which is good. Like discos and that kind of thing. Oh, I've got to do the other sides of them as well. I'm not going to get this finished today, but I can get some of it done. Yeah. Frostivus, you've been out with the family at the moment. That's cool. Painting this evening, like I am now. So I'm kind of like from your future. I'm doing what you will be doing. Painting in the evening. I like it because it's quiet here anyway. It's even quieter of an evening because even the cat's silent. No sound. You can literally hear a pin drop. All I can hear is the bristles moving across the resin of the 3D print. It's just so quiet. I can't hear, there's no sound of life outside, even. Whereas during the day, like in the summer and that particularly, you'll hear seagulls, and it's like, yeah, you're by the sea, my man. Tomorrow, well, today, my wife and I are going out for a pub lunch, Sunday lunch. We have a roast dinner at a pub called the King's Arms. It's like a traditional type of pub, well, a bit like the Winchester from Shaun of the Dead. Think of that. But out the back, they've got like a little restaurant area, which is sort of like tacked onto the main pub itself. And yeah, yeah, I like it. It's like a oldie worldy pub, traditional. It was the first place we went to over when we went out for Christmas. My wife and I was doing our little tour of the area. That was good. Yeah, it was the first place we went. It was great. We had such a good time there. We ended up staying there for quite a while. Yeah, we lingered there. I'm at the other side now. I'm glad to get some colour on this model finally. Anyway, even if it is just brown at the minute. So I've done the stone effect on the main area. I'm not going to do like the blood and grass and all the rest of it until it's the rest of it's complete. Yeah, I did do a jugular board years ago. That's a that's a that's a gladiator. Get the word out, Pete. A gladiator game. Jugular, good game. They use like bigger size scale models. Good game. I had several good games of that with Ralph Astley back in the day. We both played that. Hmm. Working my way around it. It's nearly done. Well, with these little stumps anyway. I had a kebab tonight for my tea. It was really enjoyable. Sometimes you get like so hungry you just can't be, when you haven't got time to cook. We went out, we had a kebab, and yeah, I like the guy that's in the kebab shop as well. He's a very funny guy. Good to talk to. He always says, we have a kebab, I don't know, a couple times a month for that, but every time we go in there, he always says, see you tomorrow. It makes me laugh. Is an extra chili sauce? No, 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 no. I'm a West when it comes to hot food. Oh, we went out for an Indian the other night, my wife and I. Really nice. Yeah, we've got a couple of Indian restaurants here in Seaton, and we'd not been to either one of them till up until that point. So now we have been to one of them. There. Now we've been to one of them, and yeah, gonna have to try the other one at some point. Ooh. Yeah, I know what you mean. But pub Sunday lunch, I could eat one now. I get hungry at night as well. Well, looking at the time, it's not that long. Better get some sleep soon. Oh, this is so relaxing though. I better watch that one properly. This is so relaxing and such good therapy for me. It's my happy place, you know. It really is. I'm sure it is for a lot of you. But yeah, I really love painting. Yeah, I've got so many. I told you about my project, about my toy restoration. I've got so many projects that I have in mind that I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be doing the Fall of Cadia board recreation. And I'm going to do that. Lord only knows what edition of Warhammer will be on by then, by the time I get around to it. But, you know, I'm going to be doing it. I've got quite a few models put back for it now. I've got Abaddon. Yeah, nice lot of chaos stuff, and a good Cadian force, and of course I'll need Ultramarines as well. That's going to help with that. And so, yeah. Oh yeah, doesn't it? Yeah. Yes, it's another step. Another step done. Yeah, it'll gradually come together, I think. Yeah, I'll have the smaller ones done with like Mornfang Brown. Then when the wash goes on, that will tie them more together a bit, and then I'll do the tusks or whatever it is, the horns, and then probably the ropes, and then all the millions of skulls that's on there. And I'll do a little bit of grass, tough little bits of grass growing up between the stones, and a bit of blood on there. Yeah, it'll look pretty cool. I've got the gates which slot in here. If that's oops, I don't know if that's one there. Slot in. Oops, slot in that way, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like that, wouldn't it? Anyway. Oops. Dropping it all over the place. So the gates will be metal. I mean, yeah, you use them as metal. Slide them down. Anyway, do that. Enough said, right. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be awesome. Right. I am starting to really ache. Take my glasses off. Let's go. Camera back up. Back up. Oh, there we go. Oop. Stay. Right, there we go. Wow, how long have I been going? Nearly 2.5 hours. Nice. Well. Well, guys, I think I ought to call it a day around about now, because this is late. It's 10 to 2. I really should. Yeah, it's 10 to 2. I should think about packing up, washing up, and getting my sorry ass to bed. That's what I think. But, it's been so cool. I mean, the only thing I've got off my desk is this sorcerer. But I've progressed a lot of the miniatures. I've progressed. I haven't done hardly any of the real powerful stuff. I mean, got him to do. I'm just distracted by all the other wonderful stuff I've got here. But as far as these new brushes go, I'm quite impressed. I do like them. And yeah, I'm going to be, when I do the restoration stuff on the toys, I'm going to be using this to strip the paint. That's going to be something you might want to see, because it's so much easier than like Dettol bath or anything like that. It's not as messy. You just put the gel on, leave it overnight, and then just scrape it off like with a brush, and flakes off. You still got to do it outside, really, but it's so much less mess than with Dettol when you're doing like scrubbing it with like a toothbrush, and then it's getting everywhere, and yeah, it's really not good. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I am gonna yeah. RPD says take care all. Yes. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been phenomenal having you with me. I feel like you're here in the room. Awesome. I don't know when my next hobby session will be now. Probably, I'm guesstimating, I might get a slot next weekend. I don't know. I won't be able to tomorrow. next Friday we're picking up the car. Saturday depends. I might get called in. I don't know. I got a lot on next weekend too. The weekend after, my brother-in-law is here. Probably won't get anything done then. Realistically, it could be 3 weeks away before I get something done. But the good thing is I've got things scheduled. I've got paint-alongs scheduled. They're already up on YouTube, so they will come out. I don't know if there's anything else. I don't think I've got anything else scheduled. There might be, but the paint-alongs definitely are. So there will still be paint-alongs every week. But yeah, it could be 3 weeks until I get to paint again. Withdrawals. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I hate goodbyes. This is it's not goodbye. It's just see you in a while. Thanks for watching. This means the world to me. Thank you, Mifos. Really great show, Pete. He says, that's awesome. Yeah, you guys have a great evening. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing. Have a good day. Have a good night, and remember, all brushes lead to war, my friends. I will see you. I guess I'll see you on another video. That's what I'll do. We'll see you on another video. I'm just gonna share this while I can. Right. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes. Bye, guys. Love you lots. See you on another one.